I'm glad you can meet us here. Today I'm going to talk about marbling, the advantages of having marbling in your beef and the disadvantages. One thing you really want to do when you're shopping for beef is you want to shop with your eyes. You're going to look at the different kind of steaks, roasts, those kind of things for the meat case, and you're going to look at the price. Price is not always a good option. You want to look and see what the marbling looks like inside of the meat, and sometimes not having marbling can be an advantage also. You want to look at the number of marbling streaks that are inside of your beef, and it's called flecks. Inside of our boneless strip steaks, for example, you see a high amount of marbling inside here. Those flecks right there, the advantage of that is it's going to melt out. The steak itself is going to be nice and tender because all that intermuscular fat is going to melt out. It gives it extra good flavor too, as opposed to a select. Another good example is in this tomahawk steak. You do see a large amount of fat that's on top there. There's nothing you can do about that, but the intermuscular fat is what's important. The USDA created what's called a pyramid, and the pyramid is structured like this. On the bottom you're going to have your standard utility type of beefs. Above that it's going to be your select type of beefs. The higher you go, the better you get. In the middle you're going to have your choice beefs that has more flex, and the top of the pyramid is going to be your prime. As you can see on this London broil right here, it has very little intermuscular fat, yet it's graded as choice. It's graded as choice because in between the standing rib and the strip steak, that's where they count where the flecks are. Even though it has little intermuscular fat right there, it's going to be a nice roast to put on the grill or in the oven. You cook that a little bit differently than you would one of the choice T-bones, porterhouse, and sirloins. You're going to cook that a little quicker because with lack of intermuscular fat, it's going to be dry if you overcook it. Your chuck roasts are going to have your best marbling inside there. What's nice about the chuck roast is once that intermuscular fat melts out, it shreds really nice. Some of that grease you get from there makes an excellent gravy. Right now I'm going to cut open a prime rib. This is graded as a select. There's nothing wrong with selects. It may be a little bit lower in calories because of the lack of marbling inside there, but the cooking is a little bit differently also. You definitely don't want to overcook any select meats. Here you can see the lack of flecks here. When I cut this open as a prime rib, it does show a little more, but definitely not as high as a choice would be. It'll still work out very well roasting in the oven. I'm so glad you're able to meet us here. Remember, like us, share us, and subscribe.